Welcome to Enots Engineering, I'm Alan. In today's video I'm turning 4 little stops and I'll show you what that's for at the end of the video. They're made from nylon 66, whatever that is. I bought a rod of nylon. This was a 30mm rod and I'm making 4 little discs. I'm also answering some questions that I had, or comments that I had on the end mill tool holder known at the beginning of the video. So let's go to the workshop, see how we do it. I've had a few comments about the tool storage. One comment was, why don't I put these tools in the other way so the sharp edges are protected? The reason on this one is, on the tool all the weight is on this end, so if the sharp edges are facing in, the balance then, you can see this is already nearly tipping, and I know if I turn another one round this will just tip up and they'll all fall out. So there are a number of ways of overcoming that. The first one is to make this piece of wood wider, but then you lose the amount that you can move it, because if each one's wider it's taking up the space. Another way is to drill the holes and make them go in deeper, which would work, but the only problem is when you get to the smaller ones, the hole needs to be the size of the body of the cutter and not the actual cutting end. Another comment I had was somebody made a similar thing and after a few months all their drills had started to go rusty because of moisture in the wood. Well, all you need to do to reduce the risk of that is, as I've done on this one, take the tool out, spray in there some WD-40, that will soak into the wood and then it will reduce the risk of the tools rusting. Well, this is today's project. We're making 4 of these out of nylon. They're little stops and we'll see what they fit at the end of the video. Okay, I placed the material, the nylon, in the 4-jaw chuck and set my dial indicator up, and I want to check that it's running true. Each division on that dial indicator is half a thou. So I'll set it to 0 there, move it round 180, just the other side of 0, then go on to the other jaw, check that. We'll see how that runs. It's running out 1.5 thou and it's not perfectly round, look at that. So that will do. And now change the dial indicator for my turning tool. First job is to face off. Set my DRO to 0. That gives me the reference point. The tool I'm using is just an ordinary standard carbide insert, nothing special. You could use high-speed steel for nylon, probably cut just the same. But the first thing I need to do is reduce the diameter down to 7.6 for 9.5mm long. Start removing this. You can take quite a big cut on this. I always remove the long pieces in case they get tangled up in the chop, fly around and probably catch you. So let's check this. I want this diameter to be 7.6. .9. .74. We'll just check it in imperial because my digital caliper's playing up. So that's 0.302, which is exactly what I want. Now the next job is to slightly chamfer on the inside here. Just use my Martin off tool for that. It's just throwing the bird up on the inside now. Okay, I need to part this off. I want the width of that to be 5.5 plus the tool. So I zeroed it on the face there and I'll bring it across 5.5 plus the width of the tool, which is, I think it's 2 millimeters. Just leave a little bit more on over that and part that off. Let's get rid of this before it pulls it round. That's one done. Another 3 of these to do. Change back to my previous tool. Just face that off. Zero my readout. Move in 9.5. do. Part that off. That's the fourth one I've made, so now I can change over. I've removed my 4-jaw chuck and replaced it with my 3-jaw chuck. I've touched the tool tip onto the face of the jaw and zeroed my direct readouts. So now what I'm going to do is put the part in that we made, push it up against the jaw, and then just turn this down to size to give me the correct thickness. Now I found that if I just put the tool across the corner it just throws up a burr, so I'm using a scraper to go to the edge. Just take the corner off. I need 4 of these in total, and this is what they fit into. Now these little discs just fit in there. Did you guess what they were for? Oh well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time on Enots Engineering.